Hi everyone, my name is Piterpakulski. Today I would like to start a new financial model, a new template that can help you to look at your business and see the clear picture of your business, your existing business. Today we will be talking not about financial projections. We will be looking at your current business, current financial performance. We will create the instrument that will allow you to see the structure of your revenues the way you want, the structure of expenses the way you want, and I will be creating this instrument from scratch. It will show you revenues, expenses, profits, profitability monthly on the period of 2 months, so 2 years. So the horizon of our financial model will be 2 years, and I will be doing it from scratch, as I already told you. So maybe this video will be useful for you. You may give us a like, subscribe, share this video with your friends. You can also order financial models from scratch for your unique business ideas. We can help you with that. So let's start. First of all, we need to create some library. So we are starting, let's just a little bit prepare the environment. I'm just doing it the way I used to do it every time. You can do it, you can prepare the file the way you want. So first of all, we will start with the years. So let's say that the first year of our financial calculations will be 2023. So here we have the library with years. Let me just add the line years. So this is the input. So we are coloring all inputs with specific color, because when the period will be over, our horizon will be over, we will just copy this file, set up a new period of transactions, empty the list with all the transactions, and start a new model. So first of all, we have the list of years, then we have the list of months, then we are describing the types of revenues types. So we have a lot of customers that form our revenue, but inside these different customers, there are different types of revenues that we would like to look at the end of P&L. So for example, we may have 100 or 200 vendors, but all of them will be split, for example, that give us the revenue, for example, wholesale, retail, for example, online sales, social media, for example, sales, and so we are specifying how the revenue is formed. And we're specifying the sources of revenue the way you would like to look at it when you will be analyzing your P&L statement, your EBITDA. So for example, then we specify revenue type 1. Let's say we have 6 types of revenues, so we can name them. So here we specify how the revenues are split between different types of sources. Then we specify costs types. So the same story, we may have a lot of vendors in expenses, but all of them can go into, for example, office expenses, payroll expenses, then advertising expenses, or any other different types of, for example, leasing contracts, or for example interest payments, or so we are specifying the directions where we spend the money. So cost types, so this will be cost type 1. So let's say we have 15 types of costs. Then we move forward, and then we are describing different revenue vendors, let's say. So this will be, here will be the list of companies that will give us the revenues. So revenue, let's say revenue companies. Revenue company 1, and for example we can have, let's say 50 companies that form our revenue. These are the inputs, so we color them with blue. Then what we are doing next, so we have different company who we pay different expenses. So we have for example rent, we have different for example other companies that we pay different expenses during the period that we're looking at. So here we place the names of all these companies. So expense costs, let's say vendors companies. This will be vendor cost 1. So here will be the list of all companies that participate in expenses. So let's say we have 25 companies that participate in costs in our business. Then so we have 6 types of revenues for these companies, and we have 15 types of expenses, and all these companies will flow in this or that category, and these companies will flow in one of these types of revenues. So what we need to do now, we will need to create the library of for revenues and expenses, for allocation the revenues and costs by types. So this will be the next block of inputs. So this will be revenue companies, then revenue types, so I'm just describing basic algorithms that you can create yourself to create the instrument that will give you a clear picture of your business idea. It doesn't matter what type of business you are running, but this will significantly help you to see some trends in your expenses, some trends in your revenues. So here we have the revenue, the companies that form the revenue. So these are not the inputs anymore. Then here we will specify in which revenue type this company flows into. So we're using data validation. So I will pull the data from here. These are the inputs, so I'm coloring it with blue. And for example, for these companies, they will form the revenue type 1, then type 2, then for example type 3, then type 4, then 5, and type 6. So in this area, we've came to an agreement where does the revenue from this or that company goes to. So next time when we will create a transaction and we will put the value of this transaction, revenue transaction, this transaction will go, for example, if we specify that this is the company, this one, the revenue will go to revenue type 3, and that's what we need. Then the next step, we are creating the same table for expenses. So here we have the list of vendor costs, the companies that form the expenses, and here are cost types. Here we specify the companies that are living inside the expenses, and then here we will specify the types of expenses, and we're assigning types of expenses for this or that vendor. So we're again using data validation. So cost types we pull from here. So this is the input. So I'm coloring it with blue. So let's say this will be 1, 2, 3, 'Let's do it. So for example, we have 15 types of costs, and this one will be like this. So now we've prepared the library that will be necessary for transaction instrument that we will be building in the next video. I hope you enjoyed this video. You may give us a like, subscribe, share this video with your friends. You can also order financial models from scratch for your unique business ideas. We can help you with that. So see you guys in next videos. Thank you and bye.